Hey guys, what's up? We have a new card which is to be introduced within Extreme Force. This is a quick play spell card called Asport. Its effect is target one monster in your main monster zone, move it to another of your main monster zones. This at first does not seem like much of an effect, but consider for a second that the cards in the picture depict psychic type monsters. This to me signals intentional support for the Jack Knights, as they are one of the archetypes that mostly relies on zone changing. Not to mention that they are also all psychic type monsters. This card can also benefit your magical musketeers, as they work based off whenever one of their spell and traps is activated. Say, for example, you have chosen to activate a continuous spell or trap card in this card's zone, you would be able to change the zone of that musketeer to enable its effect. It is no surprise that Asport is being introduced in the same pack as Mikuratori. That is a dark winged beast monster level 4 with 1300 attack and 1500 defense, and it gains effects depending on where it is on the field. This card gains the appropriate effect based on its location in the main monster zone. If the leftmost zone is used, it gains 1000 attack and defense. If the rightmost zone is used, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. If it's in the middle zone, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And if it's in either of the 2 other zones, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Monsters in the same column as this card cannot activate their effects. By having so many abilities, Asport has the potential to make this a very threatening card to your opponent, as it can do anything they can do, including anything they want to activate may be responded to, and covers most bases, especially since Asport is a quick play spell card. It can support other cards. Rampaging Rhinos can be used, as when moved to the same column as another monster, when it's attacking, it would make its attack 2000, which is good considering that it's a level 3. Storm Shooter can send back a back row or monster in the same column as it, but it also enables its own movement by using Asport. You can use its return effect that turn, as it can only activate one effect per turn. World Legacy World Shield can protect a card in the same column as itself, so if you have a valuable back row, this can be moved to that zone. Whirlwind Machine Stryborg can send all your opponent's cards in the same column to the hand, so can move this to maximize to affect 2 cards. The Weathery archetype also benefits from this, as you can move your monsters to gain various effects based off their continuous spell and trap cards. Blasting Fuse can be used if your opponent has a full column, and you have to adapt your column to meet this condition. Defense Zone can be used, as you can replace a monster to protect a back row card from destruction from a card such as Twin Twister. Its key to the World Legacy enables your Jack Knight to be protected from a trap card in the same column as that card, so you can move the Jack Knight and force your opponent to waste that particular trap card. So, for those of you doubters out there that believe this card has limited potential, I have, just for your convenience, listed most of them that have some sort of relevance to Asport, including several archetypes that would happily run this card alongside them. I will have a link below in the description for the full list of column-based cards. So, what do you guys think of Asport? Is it ready to use now within any decks you have or can think of? Or do we need to wait a bit longer to see how Konami is playing this, and when they will release, obviously, more column effect cards? Leave your comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and as always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And